Hey guys, back for another final update. Not sure what number this is, but it's gonna be my FMU finds. FMU, one of my favorite, probably my favorite record fair I've been to. If you guys are familiar with it, it happens once a year in New York. I wish it was more often because it was really, really good. But once a year, New York City. Usually at the end of April, beginning of May. So this year I think it was like April 27th, or let me see what the dates were here. Yeah, it was like something like that. April 28th, 29th, 30th, I think. Anyways, fantastic. I went 2 days, Friday, Saturday. I've never went on a Friday before. When they actually open it, you can go in early from 4 to 10 or 4 to 7, I think it is, and from 7 it's like regular admission. So, but also if you do go in early, you pay a little bit more. Then you can get free entry all weekend, or that pays for your entry all weekend. So I thought it was worth it to go in early, and it was. I got a bunch of great stuff, and I was able to get kind of a sneak preview, see what was up for the next couple of days. So let's get into it. As always, hope everyone's doing well and all that. Kind of a crappy, rainy, overcast day today, so sorry if it's kind of dark in here. But first booth I walked up to, found this. I do have this, but it's a reissue, so happy to get an original. Birth, Speed, Merging from the Pyramids, 1976. This was their third and final album in the 70s. Yeah, fantastic spiritual, cosmic jazz with Eastern influences. Kind of a West Coast art ensemble, if you're not familiar with them. Kind of think like that, I guess, except maybe not as free always as the art ensemble and not as avant-garde. Yeah, really happy to have that. So it's really cheap too, considering I paid $40 for it because it wasn't in perfect shape, but still plays fine. Just a little bit of noise at times. And so I do have the reissue. I think I've showed this before, but really clean. Yeah, if someone's looking for a reissue, hit me up. Yeah, figure something out, I guess. So probably won't be keeping both now, so. And then right after that, or like the booth next to it, maybe it wasn't next to it, but that same day, I picked up Freedom Unity down by the Naked City. I actually got this straight from the Disc Union guys. They came from Japan, FMU. It was pretty cool. I don't know if they do it every year, but they were there this year, so I ended up picking up the reissue of this, which the original is damn hard to find, like impossible. It was recorded in the early 70s originally, I think like 71. Yeah, this is the 2016 reissue on HMV, part of the Deep Jazz series, or the Deep Jazz Reality series, pressed by Universounds. Yeah, if you never heard this, you know what this is. Basically a Japanese ensemble of it's like Japanese fusion, but think of like maybe Miles in his Electric Period, or like early Weather Report, but mixed with spiritual jazz, funk, soul jazz, that kind of stuff. Yeah, like I said, kind of reminiscent of like Miles Electric stuff, or their Weather Report stuff. So it's come with an insert here, and then there's nothing too special about the vinyl, but nice Victor label. I'm assuming it's a reproduction of the label. So, but yeah, really, really cool. Happy to have this. They are available at Dusty Groove if you're still interested. I know they were sold out for a while, but I managed to get this one a little bit cheaper, straight from the, like I said, the Disc Union guys. So really, really cool. They had a bunch of Japanese stuff there, but yeah, there was just so much to see that I didn't want to spend too much money there, as you can imagine. By the way, I don't think I said, but really cool meeting a whole bunch of people. Shout outs to Josh, Scott Mays, Josh for hanging out with me, Steve. Happy to see this. I know I'm forgetting something. Cesar, it was awesome meeting you. So yeah, met a bunch of people. Really, really cool. I'm sure there was more I'm forgetting. Next up, an ESP-Disk title I didn't have. Revolutionary Ensemble, Vietnam. Originally, I don't think this went under the title Vietnam. I don't think it was supposed to be called Vietnam. It just ended up being titled that. So, from 72 on ESP-Disk. It's just a trio, not familiar, but fantastic playing from everybody for sure. Leroy Jenkins, Cerrone, or Norris Jones, and then Jerome Cooper. Yeah, all fantastic players. So avant-garde, free jazz, if you can tell from the music, but really cool labels on this one too. I really like the labels on this. Both sides look like that. So it is basically just one single piece of music, about 40, I think it's like 45, 47 minutes long, something like that. Which actually they had to break it up for the vinyl. Sorry about the exposure there. Yeah, they had to break it up for the vinyl, but on the CD, it's one continuous piece. So I'm pretty sure it is actually. I've never heard the CD, so but really nice range of grooves and experimentation of sound. Another one that's like really great use of space and silence on the record, especially this record. So. Yeah, revolutionary ensemble. That highly recommend it, and happy to just pick up another ESP-Disk piece because I haven't picked one up in a while. I think it's been a while since I've done a video. So yeah, these are just going to be all FMU finds. I think I said that, but I do have some more finds I'm going to do soon, which I picking up some other stuff just out and about, but. Big want crossed off the list finally. Huge. Been wanting this forever, years, since I heard it. Clifford Jordan Quartet Class B Games. As you can see, it's not in best shape on here, but who cares? The vinyl plays great. Got it for a great price considering. So there's the inside. So if you're not familiar with this album, it's on Strata East. Came out in '74. It's my favorite Clifford Jordan work. Let's go check it out. Basically, he plays it's with two different ensembles. Two LP. So the first one was recorded between 73 and 77, which features Clifford Jordan, Stanley Cowell, Billy Higgins, and then Bill Lee, who was a founder of Strata East, if you're not familiar, and is actually what's the movie director's name? Not Stan Lee. I forget the name now, but there's a famous movie director, producer with the same last name. That's his father. So, but yeah, really cool. Definitely, highly recommend this record. Jazz, spiritual jazz, just post bop, not hard bop. The second ensemble is probably more in a hard bop thing, kind of pulled back, but it's Sam Jones, Cedar Walton, and then Billy Higgins. So it's kind of replaced a couple guys there, but yeah, really cool. Like I said, highly recommend this one. Let's go check it out. I believe it's part of the Eric Dolphy series. Yeah, I think this is the 5th one. I think it was the last one. But really cool. Really happy to have that. Like I said, just go check it out. If you like jazz, you'll probably like it. I don't think I've never met anyone that hasn't enjoyed that one. Alright. Finished off my Don Cherry on Blue Note. And I think I have most of the Don Cherries now, actually. So this is Symphony for Improvisers. Yeah, I went the longest time trying to find this and just couldn't. This is a mono, but it's not on the New York label. It's the Liberty Pressing, Liberty label, Liberty Division of Liberty. So, but still really cool. I believe this was his second record for Blue Note. Out of his 3, kind of expanded upon the Complete Communion Quartet, which was Gato Barbieri. What was in there? Gato Barbieri, Henry Grimes, Ed Blackwell. And he made it basically a septet, I guess, because he added Carl Berger, JF Jenny Clark, Jean Francois Jenny Clark, and then Pharoah Sanders. So that's it. Fantastic lineup. you'll probably tell by the players. Kind of in that same vein of the other Blue Note stuff, where it's like 2 continuous melodies, but like 2 long melodies, but 4 different compositions. Really, really cool. Nice, nice, energy from the group. Really, really cool. It carries a nice kind of steady momentum throughout the whole record. So, really enjoy that one. All the stuff on Blue Note is good though, but all 3 of them. Another ESP-Disk, one that I actually had before and ended up getting rid of like an idiot because I wasn't in the best shape, but happy I found this one. I found this one for really cheap, actually, 25 bucks, because it has a bit of some moisture wear there on the bottom corner, but who cares? The music on this is fantastic. If you don't know this, another high recommendation, Giuseppe Logan Quartet. His first record on ESP-Disk, kind of very free, very out there. Has Milford Graves on it, Don Poland, Eddie Gomez. This is the first stereo pressing, and there was a mono pressing with the same cover, same kind of label artwork, just says mono on the top, says stereo, but fantastic, out, free jazz. Definitely recommend this if you're into that sort of jazz. If you're not, you probably won't be into it, but I highly recommend it. I love it. Happy to get it back in my collection. This was actually a recommendation from Kieran. I saw you pick this up a while ago. Robin Kenyatta Nomusa. This is from 75, I think, on Muse Records. The title track is really great, Kieran. You were right about that. Fantastic title track. Kind of nice jazz funk record. Spiritual-esque at times, for sure. So you have Robin Kenyatta on alto sax, Dom Salvador on piano, Stafford James on bass, and Joe Chambers on drums. Joe Chambers, always a treat to have on drums on any record, I think. So, really cool. Thank you, Kieran. This one, actually, and the previous Robin Kenyatta, I picked up both those from Caesar. So, Caesar, if you happen to see this, thank you. This is the Music Improvisation Company, their second LP, I believe. Wanting this one for a while as well. It's on ECM. If you're not familiar with them, basically an English, UK free jazz group. And some heavy hitters there for sure. Really good names. Derek Bailey, Evan Parker, Hugh Davies, Jamie Muir, Christine Jeffrey. Yeah, just fantastic. All the heavy hitters from 74 on ECM. I said, definitely very kind of improvised, in the moment, recorded. Definitely really out. Even not by a free jazz standard, some people call it maybe like incoherent or just, not even like good free jazz, but they were definitely doing something new, paving their own path, and definitely making moves in the improvised music scene that people weren't doing. So I really enjoy it. I think it's great. Definitely still after their other record. You guys all know this one I didn't have for my Alice Coltrane collection. Ta El Dowd with Joe Henderson and Pharoah Sanders on the Black and Red Impulse label. Don't have much to say about this other than spiritual free jazz classic. Spiritual jazz classic. I don't know what else to say about this other than go listen to it. Go check it out. If you don't know it, you don't know. Alice Coltrane just put out a compilation of all her kind of tape releases that were kind of hard to get, so definitely looking forward to picking that one up too, but really happy to have this. So just need one more now, her Huntington Ashram Monastery record, and I think I'll have most of her LP stuff. Another Don Cherry. Picked this one up actually from my buddy at Records The Good Kind, Ian. Thank you, Ian, if you happen to see this. So this is a Don Cherry that I don't think a lot of people know about. I don't really talk about it too much, but I really enjoy it. This is live in Ankara from 1978. Well, it was released in '78 on Sonnet, which I believe is a UK label, but recorded in '69 at the U.S. Embassy in Turkey, in Ankara, Turkey. Really cool kind of psychedelic artwork there, right? Yeah, but basically the players that he performed with are all Turkish. So OK Temiz, the pretty well-known drummer there. Then he's got Selçuk Sun on bass. I'm sure I'm butchering that name. And then Irfan Summer on tenor sax and percussion as well. So, like I said, other than Don Cherry, all Turkish players, but really cool. Definitely kind of a mix of material, balancing Don Cherry stuff with kind of original folk Turkish melodies and just kind of classic Turkish themes. I think all the Turkish tracks were actually arranged by Mafi Faleh. I'm not sure if you pronounced that correctly. I know I've seen the name before, but pretty well-known Turkish jazz trumpeter. Really well-known, actually. The tracks are all pretty short. There's no really kind of long exploration going on here. Just kind of do their thing and then move on. The music is kind of 2 long suites, instead of individual tracks. Kind of really quickly shifting to new material, but kind of a sparse sounds too overall. But really good though, as you can imagine. Really kind of Eastern influence for sure in the music. Yeah, really cool. I enjoyed it. Really nice Don Cherry stuff. Don Cherry always has that kind of world, Eastern vibe to a lot of his music too, so kind of started around that time, '69. This one was a recommendation from Scott Mays. I wasn't too familiar with this at all, and I ended up picking this up from Andreas, Crystal Spires, on Instagram, so thank you, Andreas, for having to see this, and Scott. This is Bent Berger with Bitter Funeral Beer. Yeah, Bitter Funeral Beer. Wow, sorry. It's kind of like a sticker residue over the beer. So, yeah, like I said, don't know too much about this. It's on ECM. And that's really all I know, except for the players. I mean, you have Don Cherry on there, and a whole mess of other Swedish players. So, it'll be kind of cool. Really excited to check this one out. I did sample it, and from what I sampled, it was really, really good. Kind of African. So I guess what they did was they went to Africa and they studied West African music, African culture, particularly like kind of Ghanaian music from there. So we kind of trained in those traditions, in that music, and then came back and recorded this record. So that's what it is, kind of African music done by Swedish players, mainly like African Ghanaian folk themes, but really kind of beautiful, really melodic from what I heard. So definitely excited to check this out in full. If you can hear it, this is what we're listening to in the background. Really excited to finally have this. Ronnie Boykins on ESP-Disk. The Will Come is Now. Yeah, fantastic playing from Ronnie Boykins. I believe this is self-titled, actually, but people call it, they're both names, I don't know. I always thought it was self-titled, but released in '75. So I guess the story behind this is Ronnie Boykins, well known for playing with Sun Ra for most of his career. So Bernard Stolman, the leader of ESP-Disk, actually asked him to record for the label, and he said, sure, yeah, when I'm ready I'll come down and do it. This was in like '64. I think he finally came in '75, 10, 11 years later, and said, okay, I'm ready, let's do it. So they recorded for the label, and this is what came out. Yeah, really, really nice, fantastic. The last release on ESP-Disk, actually, so it's kind of interesting, but kind of a nice split between improvisation and composition and melody. Really melodic overall, but definitely an emphasis on composition, but some nice improvisation as well. Jazz, free jazz if you don't know, but there's the lineup. I think Gonna run out of space on my camera, but yeah, highly recommend this one right here. I know there's been mispressings of this too, where one side of it I think is Albert Ayler or something, but luckily I managed to get a proper copy for a really good price. So Larry Young, Lawrence of Newark, one I've been after for a while as well. I only heard this online. I guess his first non-Blue Note date as a leader, so really, really cool. Psychedelic free jazz fusion with Middle Eastern influences, best way I could describe it. Really, really good, really cool. If you want to check out the lineup, there's the lineup. Sorry for the glare, but yeah, fantastic. Just go check it out. Larry Young is a organ player. Not the best fidelity on this at all times, but still the music is just so good, it definitely makes up for it. So I have a couple here by Rashid Ali. This actually completes my Rashid Ali collection. We have New Directions in Modern Music, and then Dual Exchange with Frank Lowe. Dual Exchange with Frank Lowe is definitely crazy out there, free jazz, avant-garde jazz, crazy energy. I think this was the first record on Rashid Ali's Survival Record label. Like consistently high energy throughout, kind of ferocious playing from both of them. Yeah, fantastic. And then New Directions is a more kind of spiritual jazz take with the Rashid Ali Quartet. Fantastic. This is, I think, they're both from '73, I believe. Really cool, but this one had Fred Simmons, who was actually standing in for Don Pullen, who was supposed to play on this. So really, really cool. The other players were Stafford James, I think, and Carlos Ward. So New Directions. Really happy to have both of those finish off my Rashid Ali collection. This was really cool too. Been after this one for a while as well. The New York Art Quartet. I think I said I'm trying to collect all the records with this kind of artwork on the Fontana label. But this one is Mohawk. This is their second record. There's I think I showed the players on the front, but in case you missed it, there's all the players on there. Really, really cool. Formed in 1964 as part of ESP-Disk's original roster. I guess the first record was on ESP-Disk. Really nice avant-garde jazz. Not too free, not too out there, but it's really nice avant-garde jazz. I think these guys could have done a lot more, put a lot of great music if they just stayed together, but unfortunately, kind of, yeah, it didn't work out. But kind of interesting story behind the group too, so I definitely recommend you go read up on it a little bit, check it out if you're interested at all. But yeah, really nice. As you can tell by the lineup there, really, really cool. So actually has Wilfred Graves as well. So just a few more here, because I know my camera's about to run out of space. Donald Smith, love. Yeah, I love this record. Pun intended, for sure. So good. Nice spiritual jazz stuff. This is the brother of Lonnie Liston Smith. If you guys don't know, his only recording as a leader, his only recording as a leader and his debut. Yeah, deep jazz, spiritual jazz, kind of infused with Latin, hints of like Latin at times, so Latin jazz. Japanese only release on the Why Not label, Why Not Trio Records. It's a trio with Cecil McBee and Jack DeJohnette, but damn good, damn good. Noah Howard, Space Dimension, huge release, monster release on the America Records label, excuse me. One I thought I had for some reason, I guess I didn't have it. I don't know why I thought I had this, but yeah, a slightly smaller group on this one than his previous recordings. So this one featured Frank Wright instead of Arthur Doyle, who was on his previous record. Drummer Art Taylor, who was more of like a bebop drummer, but fit in great in this group right here. Yeah, he actually replaced Muhammad Ali on all the tracks except for one. I think Muhammad Ali played on one track. So really cool. Yeah, free jazz. Noah Howard, if you don't know, Noah Howard is a fantastic saxophone player. Definitely one of the best kind of a nice contrast between Noah Howard's playing and Frank Wright's playing on here. Frank Wright is really kind of straight, kind of punchy, like gronky, right in there. And then Noah Howard's kind of more smoother, or kind of lyrical, maybe I would say, if that makes sense. Yeah, but they really, the way they kind of build up their grooves, their tracks on here is really nice. To go from like a simple, melody to kind of more just crazy, noisy free jazz. Yeah, you kind of see the nice build up, like the momentum with compositions as they gain momentum. So really cool. Noah Howard, Space Dimension. One for the Noah Howard collection. They had alto sax patterns or alto patterns, whatever it's called. I wanted to grab that one too, but can't have everything. Just one more here. This will show Henry Franklin, Tribal Dance. Been after this one for a while. I think Chris Cole told me about this originally. On the Catalyst label from 1977, Henry Franklin had a few records on black jazz back in the day, which were really good. This one is kind of probably more in vein, in like the Strata East vein, I would say. More spiritual than funky, but some nice Latin jazz work on here too as well. But definitely great spiritual jazz from 77 Henry Franklin. Yeah, really cool. I got this for pretty cheap, considering the cover is a little bit beat up, but. And then one more, which I'm actually selling if anyone's interested in this. I'll mention this real quick. Moondog. I'm selling this Moondog record. I like it, but it's not entirely my thing. I got this for a good deal, so I figured I would just check it out. Kind of got it in like a bundle deal. Didn't really want it, but if anyone's interested, hit me up. It is an original. It's in nice shape, so maybe work something out. That was it. That was most of my FMU finds. I could probably do another video with a few more, but I'll leave it there. The video's long enough. Be back soon with some more non-FMU finds. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave me comments if you want, or don't, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.